So we have checked how it processes. So for that processing we used what? CPU, that is the brain of computer. Now I want to store my data. So where I can store my data, right? So how I can open my programs, how I can add different programs in my computer, right? So for that what we required memory of for the computer. So that memory we can see in terms of storage devices. So there are many different devices. Okay, you can say hard disk is there, floppy disk it was there earlier, we are using optical disk, we are using nowadays some removable medias, right? So how it categorized, right? So for that matter different types are there. So now in this presentation we will see what are different types are there and how it works, that we will see in this presentation.
Checking the third part, that one is storage devices. So storage devices, that means here I want to store content, here I want to store information in my computer. So for that matter I require memory. So that memory in different terms computer gives. So what are the different terms that we will see over here? So main thing, storage devices is used to store information in your computer, either temporary or permanent, as you want. Okay, storage devices comes under computer memory and it is of two types. You can say primary memory and secondary memory. So primary memory means what exactly? So here we will see what are the different categories. So here computer memory, it is of two types, primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory stores in primary memory is stores in internally. So whatever stored inside my computer, so that is why it is also known as internal memory, and it is used for turning on your computer, it is used to run your programs, it is used to open your program. So that is why it is also known as main memory. So primary memory is also known as main memory. In primary memory, again there are two types, RAM and ROM. RAM means random access memory. RAM means random access memory, and another one is ROM, read only memory. Okay, so we will see that, don't worry, in detail. We'll go for the next part, that one is secondary memory. So it comes secondary, so that is why you can operate that externally also, and here you can store large amount of data, so that is why it is also known as mass memory. Okay, so we are using hard disk to store your lot of data. Then suppose you want to carry your data, so that time you can carry your data with the different optical disk. Okay, so in optical disk, DVDs, CD, so these are the different devices you can use to carry your data. And nowadays we are using some removable medias. So removable medias, that means here pen drives you are using, memory card you are using. So here you can use the different types of devices to store your content. Here in primary memory you cannot store your data permanently, so that is why we are using secondary memory. So in that secondary memory, different medias are there. Okay, so you have mostly we are using our data to store, we are using hard disk. In hard disk also different partitions are there, and we are storing that on hard disk. So hard disk is the main secondary storage device. So on that hard disk we can store our data. Okay, so we'll see that how. First, primary memory. So this one is a RAM memory. RAM means a random access memory, and this one is a ROM memory. So read only memory. Here RAM, a random access memory, and it's a volatile memory. So that means it can get vanished. Okay, if power switched off, then whatever content on this memory, it will get vanished. It is used to open and run program. Then second memory is of ROM. In primary only second type is ROM, read only memory. So here whatever contents are there, that contents I can read. I cannot manipulate, I cannot change, I cannot delete. What I can do, I can read only. So that is why the name only read only memory, and this one is a non-volatile memory. So it will remain in that whatever instructions given by the manufacturer to the computer parts that you can store. So it is used to store instructions for computer. Okay, so these are the different types of primary memory. Now we'll see what are the different types present in secondary memory. So in secondary memory you can see the different hard disk, okay, different floppy disk. So that is why you can store large amount of data on this. So that is why it is known as mass memory. And we are using floppy disk, hard disk, or any optical disk externally. So that is why it is known as external memory also. Okay, so first see hard disk. So this one is your hard disk. So it is packed and stored inside CPU cabinet. Then earlier, to transfer of data, we are using these types of floppy disk. These are of different sizes: 3.5 inch size, 5.25 inch size. Okay, that storage capacity also it was less. It was only 1.44 MB data you can store. That means round about only 1.4 MB data you can store in this type of floppies. So that is why we are not using nowadays. Nowadays we are using optical disk. So in the optical disk where there are different types: CD, compact disk, DVDs, digital versatile disk, and Blu-ray disk also. So these are the different devices we are using. Okay, along with that, nowadays what we are using, removable medias. Okay, in that removable medias we can use pen drive. Okay, these types of different pen drives of different capacity, and you can use memory card. So that memory card also you can use, and OTG on the go. That means directly you can connect anywhere. That OTG in your computer, in your laptop, in your mobile phone, you can connect this OTG and you can do your work. You can copy, paste, and you can use that. So these removable medias are used to transfer of your data. Okay, so we have studied the different types of storage devices. Thank you.